Oh, look at these faces jumping here this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, lovely people.
I think they're trying to be on time too.
I think they are. Get our stuff situated. Hey, Tarsha. Yeah, popping in. Well, y'all know we give people a few minutes. It's on this very last Monday morning mindset.
Can you believe it?
Oh,
It's crazy.
It's been moving.
This year.
I know, right? It is just nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a blessing. That's a blessing. So we give them 5 minutes to join in. We're streaming live on YouTube.
Are we?
We are
getting
live
real
on YouTube.
proficient at doing
we taking it to another level.
I can't wait.
See, we playing with stuff and everything. Watch, I can zoom. I can zoom out and bring us closer.
Whoa. Getting too close.
You can slide over there.
Okay,
there you go.
on.
Don't be scared. Now you're trying to take over my spot. Now you're too close. Back up. All right. We give a few minutes to join in this morning as you guys are popping in. What we doing? We're going to close out this year. That's what we're going to do. We're going to close out this year. I hope you got your Christmas shopping done. Mm-hmm. You got any more Christmas shopping to do?
Maybe.
I thought you was done.
Almost.
Man, I got some more to do today. Ooh, that's it. I'm done after today. We was talking about, you guys give me a thumbs up in the chat. Don't Tanika look like she got a filter on?
Do I?
Her stuff look, I can't get is that just my face?
Thank you.
Is that
maybe you want to get your little powder?
You know what? That ain't funny. That's just my face. My face just don't show up like your face. Is that what this is?
Which camera are you using? The new one?
This one, the new one. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What you think? You like it?
Well, it not the same effect in my office.
That's because you have all these lights.
Maybe so.
All right. Well, we're going to get started right at 9:35. We do give a little bit of grace because it is Monday morning, but this is the last time of 2022. 2023, we'll start at 9:30. 9:30.
So for all of you who are like me, that means 9:25.
Yeah, show up at 9:25 because if you pop in here at 9:35, y'all gonna be like, "Ooh, what did I miss?"
Fair enough.
Lot.
Fair enough.
Everything, all the information.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. 2023 is gonna be amazing.
I feel it's gonna be huge.
But we can't jump into 2023. First, we gotta close out this year.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what we got. 9:30, 32 more minutes. Ooh, they're popping in. I wasn't sure this many people's gonna jump in the last.
It's good to see everybody. Yeah.
They're just popping in here like they want to get some information.
Do you have any information?
I ain't got nothing for them this morning. Last one, I ain't do nah. I'm just playing kinda.
A little bit, sort of.
Grand Rising, Shauna. Grand Rising. Love it. Yeah, we got a little information for them.
I hope so.
A few things to talk about.
Don't put me too much on the spot. You know I'm recovering.
It's more about reflection. Oh, yeah, she's recovering. First of all, I hope you guys are following Tanika on social media as she is working on getting her social media game up.
I got to be tight, y'all.
She popping TikTok videos. She told me the other day she a TikTok mogul. What you call yourself?
I want to be a TikToker.
A TikToker.
Is that real?
I don't even think that's a real thing.
Oh, whatever.
That sounds like an old person word. I do that TikTok.
It's a real thing.
Oh, good. Thank you, Libby.
You don't know Libby.
See, Libby knows what's up.
Libby old.
My son just chimed in too. He said, "Yeah, it's called TikToker."
He's too young. He don't know.
He's not in the know. See, y'all caught that, right?
You know what? I just learned TikTok Friday. That's right, Monty. Well, I hope you guys are following Tanika across all her platforms, her Instagram, and she's dropping these videos. And you dropped a little snippet of some of the speaking engagement you had last week before you got sick.
It just overtook me. I was ready for day 2, but you wouldn't let me go.
You dropped all that knowledge, and then the Lord shut it down. And like, they ain't ready for all that.
Yeah. But big shout out to Kimberly, because she was there. Harper, she was there. She brought her mother, who loves to attend events like that. So big shout out to Kimberly Harper if she's on.
Yeah, we had that solo agent out there that Tanika spoke. They said, "Woo!"
She hooked it up.
She hooked it up.
I appreciate it.
Let's open up in prayer that we can continue this conversation. Heavenly Father, well, let me give my little speech, my last one of the year. So if you are first time joining us, or if you've been joining us, we like to open up these Monday morning mindsets in prayer. We like to say you do not have to be a Christian to be connected with us, but please do not be offended that we will not hide our faith. We like to recognize where our blessings come from, and we do that each Monday morning in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for all your grace and your goodness. Thank you for watching over us and continue to protect us. Thank you for giving us another day to praise you, to learn from you, to grow, to expand. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for life, breath, and then thank you for mercy. Thank you for grace. Thank you for peace. Thank you for protection. Thank you for all that you've done. And thank you, even Heavenly Father, for getting us through the hard times and the struggles and the challenges. We don't take any of those things for granted. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, you had an eventful week where you were on the panel. You're supposed to speak twice and get an award that night.
I know.
Yeah, and then she got sick.
You think I'll still get the award?
Down. You ain't getting that award now. This ain't like the awards. Be like, if you don't, this ain't like BET awards and all that. If you don't show up, they be like, I'm accepting on your behalf. If you did get it accepted on your behalf, they are not delivering that award to you. They are keeping that award. You might see that on the TikTok. TikToker. All right, let's get going. Announcements, and then we're gonna get into having some fun today. Hopefully, it'll be fun for us because we're just gonna be laughing. So there is no training this week or next week.
What?
No training this week or next week. I don't know. We may still have the script practice today, though.
Where's Dion?
I don't see Dion on here yet, so maybe
you don't see Dion.
Oh,
there you go.
I needed to open up my screens. Calm down, Dion.
No, we are absolutely. I can't say that again, Kenny.
I said, "What's up, Dion?" What I was about to say actually was I was about to announce you as the host for the summit, but you haven't accepted.
Oh, he's gonna accept.
So
accept it. Yes, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. I want to thank all of the big people because we have no little people.
Dion, you doing script practice today? Because I've been seeing you pushing on social media.
Man, we got to. You know, we got to do social media.
You lose control. Music make you lose control.
Let's go. Great morning, everybody. I want to see you at 11 a.m. this morning in the building for script practice. It's going down. Last week was off the chain. I know y'all saw them post that script practice was fire. So if you're not scared, if you're not going to do Christmas shopping and all of that, you can put that off for an hour. You need to be in script practice. This is our last one for the year, and I want to see you in the building at 11 a.m. The link is in the calendar. So I will see you. Guess what? I love you. God loves you, and there ain't a thing that you can do about it. Y'all be blessed.
You got to love Dion.
You gotta
You
love
be bringing it, Dion.
You
Thank
bringing
you.
that fire. I think Dion trying to get paid for something. Gotta watch Dion.
Kenny, all we got to do is meet. I mean, I'm just kidding. Listen.
You know what? That's why we meet with Dion right there. He ain't gonna jam me up. All right. So we do have script practice today.
Awesome. Yeah.
Then there's no other training this week or next week as we are into the holidays, right? Yeah, I agree, Tiki. Dion is great. And then Libby, I know we still got our donation station over here. We are trying to close out with TDR Cares. What we got going there? She can TikTok her, but she can't unmute.
Sorry, there was some like a scammer person trying to get in, so I had to block them. No, so I'm not sure what TDR Cares, what we're doing for the new year yet. I still have to talk with Nikki Young. She's kind of got to talk with her and kind of see what's going on with that. So stay tuned. We did already deliver the toys for Ronald McDonald House. So that went over well. And we do, though, some of our partners sometimes have things that they do as well with charities, and we like to always support that too. So what we do have currently is Core 4 Roofing and Contractors. I know some of you guys have seen them at some of our events or gotten the privilege of going to one of their classes. They are collecting coats for veterans. So those coats, there is a really cute box that they decorated. It's in the front near where our TDR one normally is. You can fill it up with brand new coats or gently used coats, and those are going to be for veterans.
Nice. Yep, the box is up here. So if you have a new coat, if you want to go get a new coat, if you just bought yourself a coat, if you snuck in and you saw that your family bought you a coat, if you accidentally opened a package that came to the house that wasn't actually adequately addressed, and you opened it up and you saw you had a coat
from Macy's.
This sounds oddly specific.
I'm just saying, then go bring your gently used coat.
That's what I'm
up here, because you got one you about to open in Christmas and somebody needs a coat. So just saying, just if you you should mark the package with your name on. So
I can talk to a little bit about what we're going to be doing with TDR Cares next year. Nikki Young has come in and has really, I think, put a great emphasis on what is it that TDR Cares, what was the vision for it before? And the vision for us, and for me particularly, has always been single parents, grants for new first-time homeowners that may need help, and education. And so those will be the things that we really give major focus to going to 2023 and beyond. Those things that are closest to our hearts and things that we can really impact in a particular way and continue to grow that. So I am really excited about next year with TDR Cares.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, especially those grants.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
because this is what we do. Why not be a blessing to those homeowners that may need a little gift, may need a little grant money to help? They're almost there, but this could help push them over the edge and fulfill manifest a dream and a passion and help them to create wealth via real estate. So I'm over the moon excited about it.
Yeah. So more to come on that. Keep Nikki in your prayers. More to come on that as we get ready to roll that out in 2023. So that's going to be amazing. It has been a wonderful year. Thank you all. First of all, thank you all who have volunteered with TDR Cares. You guys have carried a wonderful mantle this year and did an amazing job. Thank you, Libby, for taking on that task and leading that team and those volunteers. Thank everybody that has donated to TDR Cares, that has given either, whether it's money, whether it was time, even if it was just prayer. If you just prayed over the organization, we thank you and we appreciate you for that as well. And just a reminder, you can still give every time you close a deal. That box right there in dot loop that says, do you want to donate? And I look at it, I say no. Every time I see no, my heart gets sad. My heart gets sad. It's like they said no. They could have said $5, $10. Every little bit helps. Don't feel like it has to be a huge thing, right? $5, $10. Stop saying no. Start saying yes. Don't let the Lord use you. But we're going to use those funds to help others and to help some of our clients that you guys are obviously working with, to help people in the community, to help college students, to help single parents. We're going to give back, and we can do it all together, right? We don't need a big money, big pocket donor. We'll take one if you know one. 972-467-5474. We will take one, right? But we don't need a big money donor. What we need is the community and all of us working together. And if we all gave $1, $2, $3 every month, that pot will be large enough to impact a whole community of people.
It's amazing.
So you guys know that we don't drag it out. We don't hit you upside the head with it. We just put it out there. But we do want to remind you that it is available. And thank you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the finances. Thank you for the prayers. It means a lot.
It really does.
It means a whole lot. So, all right. The banquet. Woo, February 10th. Mark your calendars.
What time frame should I mark?
We're gonna do, well, if you are TDR, the banquet, the summit is 9 to 4. The summit is 9 to 4 if you are TDR. If you're not TDR, the banquet is not going to be for you because that's our awards banquet.
And that's in the evening.
And that's in the evening from 6 to 10. But the summit from 9 to 4, you guys are going to get first opportunity coming up to register. It is $100 for the summit and the banquet. So that whole time frame, it is $100 for you all to come to the summit. And the summit, we're going to have classes like Mastering Social Media taught by Kevin Harris.
Nice.
Right. We're going to do a market forecasting panel. You're going to be on that panel.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't even know, but you know now. Right. We're going to have fighting appraisals, right? As we're looking into that time of season, how to fight the appraisals, how to have that conversation with your clients. You know, there's an agent in DFW that has built their business on helping people fight appraisals.
I've seen him on the news.
He has been on the news.
You're talking about your appraisal like every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Property
And
value.
43 ways to lose your license.
Ooh.
43 ways.
I need everybody to be in attendance
to lose
sign up right
your
now.
license.
Please.
You're like, why are you talking to negative? Because there are some simple things you can do.
Who's doing that class? That's great.
That is Steve Etzel.
That's a good one, y'all.
If you haven't been in Steve Etzel's
good
classes,
going, Cassie. That's good. That's
you
good.
miss it. Cassie put this together.
She hooked that up, y'all.
She hooked it up for y'all.
That's
we
good.
We have a listing to last panel coming.
Mm.
You on that one too, but we got somebody else we try to get in on that. Yeah, that's gonna be a really one. And then we have a lead generation workshop. Deputy is coming.
Yay! Deputy,
and they are going to teach you how to do Google ads and run Facebook campaigns.
Yourself.
They're going to teach you how to do it. You're going to need to bring your laptop. This is a working workshop, and they're going to teach you. They're going to have people in the audience working, circling around, working with you on how to create Google ads, how to create Facebook ads,
amazing
how to
content.
put full campaigns together, how to remarket and retarget those people that come in, right? That by itself.
Is my marketing person in there?
Always something. That by itself is worth that. And then once we get TD Realty in there, then we're going to open it up. And the Arab people outside, they're going to pay a little bit more. They can pay a little bit more, but then we're going to open it up for the other agents who are not TD Realty to also join and take the benefit of this training.
But we get first opportunity.
We want TD Realty to pack it out. Now, if TD Realty packs it out, we're not even going to open it up.
That's fair.
Right? It's at Live by Lowe's.
What?
Yeah, Live by Lowe's. And it is going to be wonderful. And then that banquet that evening, which TDR family, you can invite your spouses. Spouses will only be $50.
Okay.
Right. If you want to, I've already created, or I'm about to create a line item in Broker Sumo. So you'll be able to register. And if you want us to charge your card that's on file, we can do that. Right. So you don't have to then charge something else or pay something additional. We can do that. We can work with you even on a payment plan if you can't afford the $100. Right. But you'll be able to invite your spouse. But the banquet is going to be an amazing food. It's going to be entertainment. And then the award ceremony. Don't you want to know who is the top agent in TD Realty? Did you close $1 million? Did you close $3 million? Did you close $5 million? You got an award coming. Did you close 10 million plus? How many listings did you do? Oh, we got a whole slew of awards that we're going to be announcing coming out that you don't want to miss. And if anything, if nothing, maybe you don't get one of those awards. But it's incentive for next year. Or maybe you got one level and you're like, ooh, I'm going to get that next one next year. Use that as a motivation, use that as a driver, right? But February the 10th, the summit is from 9 to 4.
Is that a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
That's
Thursday?
a Friday.
Okay, a Friday.
The banquet is 6 to 10. Put it on your calendars, show up and support. This is your brokerage. Don't let others outdo you in your own house. Right. So we look forward to seeing you all here. We want to continue to bring value. We're 315 strong. By the time we turn that corner, we're going to be past 350.
I hope so.
It is amazing what God is doing. And you all are amazing.
They are.
They are absolutely amazing. Okay. So I think that was my announcements. All right. All right. So yes, Houston, let's go. I know that's right, Armina. Houston, let's go.
Houston.
That's why it's in a hotel. So if you want to get a room, stay the day. Tanika said, well, what if somebody wants to do their makeup? Get a room, have your makeup person come at 4:30. Get your makeup done and come on down and let's have some fun. It's going to be amazing.
Are we, I don't want to put you on the spot, but are we checking to give anyone who wants to get a hotel just some pricing? I don't, just pricing.
So we are checking, right? When we set this up, we did not have enough guaranteed that we could book a discount pricing rate, right? So in reality, we currently don't have anything in place for a discounted rate. So get your room early. Go ahead and book it now. Get it early, reach out there, find out the rates. book your room early to get some good pricing.
Will we be able to, is that already on Workplace, the exact location? and
All
stuff
that is
like
going to be posted this week. That's how I started this conversation.
I just want
I
to make
literally
sure.
said this
I'm looking out for everybody.
This is the last Monday morning. I need a break. I'm so ready for a break.
We are.
Anybody, can I come over for Christmas to anybody else?
He cooking. Don't even fall for it.
Nobody said yes. That's cold-blooded.
If you're cooking, yeah, come on.
He'll be over after he finishes at home.
They say you shouldn't start something you ain't gonna finish. And I told Tanika that only works for men, apparently. So because I started cooking when we started dating.
Yeah, he did.
And then all of a sudden she forgot how to cook. And she could throw down. Like she could throw down for real. Y'all don't even know. But she act like she forgot. Like her fingers don't.
That's not true. Focus, man. Stay focused.
I am focused. This is family. This is a family discussion. All right. So let's move on. We're gonna do reflections. We're gonna talk about reflections. Look, Camille, say thumbs up. We're gonna talk about. I'm not sure if that was me. We're gonna talk about reflections.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So we've talked about preparing for 2023. Leading up to this, we've talked about getting your business plan together. We talked about how to analyze this year's business compared to what your goals were and how to plan for next year. Okay. Right. And I believe your spreadsheet that you use is in Workplace. Right.
Yes. Cassie did, post it there. And I would really recommend anyone that is not using it, or if you don't have anything to kind of keep tabs on how you're doing in the year, consider using that. I've used it from day one. And I literally have added every year to it. So at any moment, I can go back and see my trends from 8 years ago. I'll keep it forever as long as I'm in real estate, because it's just so profound to me to see my growth, my deficit, what areas, what sources grew over the year. So if you haven't, take a look. It should be there. I'm not sure what you labeled it, Cassie. Do you remember?
Probably Tanika's spreadsheet.
Oh.
She's gonna look and she'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I think it's transaction tracker.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up and I'll share the link.
Thank you.
Okay. It is important for you to understand where you're going
and where you've been,
because you're looking back. You're gonna look back and see. Now, if you're new and you don't have the production yet, that's a different conversation, right? That's gonna be based upon market trends. That's going to be based upon new agent sort of expectations, and then we're going to work it from there.
Correct.
Right.
But I included everything. I included my leases. I included any buyers, any sellers. I included everything because it was my business. Everything that I did and what it netted and where it came from and the cost involved. I mean, at the time when I started, I had broker fees, right? At E&O and things like that. So I had to take it out because I really need to understand the net of what I was bringing home from my production. And as you are, here's a tip for you experienced agents, and it's just write it down if you're a new agent as you're going to get to this level. As you're planning out your budget for the next year or your goals for the next year, understanding your expenses is what's going to drive where your goals should be. You have to move from, I want to close 10 deals, I want to close 12 deals, I want to close 20 deals. You have to move from that mindset into understanding how many deals you have to close in order for your business to survive the year, in order for you to not lose money, right? Go ahead. And I was gonna say, that's the difference between being just an agent versus being a business owner. Right. The perspective has to change on how you look at things, and I think a lot of us, a lot of people, a lot of agents sometimes operate as only I'm an agent and not really looking at the totality of their business and what it takes to drive their business. And it saddens my heart so much when we have agents that cannot be agents anymore. They have to go inactive because they can't pay their dues, etc. And that's a function of really not planning. You know what I'm saying? Potentially.
A lot of that is.
Yeah.
A lot of that is. There's several different things. If this was easy, everybody would do it. Obviously,
doing it, yeah.
And everybody would be successful at doing
Correct.
it. It is not easy in and of itself to build a business. Period. I don't care what kind of business you're going to build, right? But the mindset shift has to happen.
Yeah.
And as you're looking at what you need to be successful and survive, two different things, right?
The longevity.
The longevity of it. The goal every year, Tanika laughs at me when I say this because she's like, the goal is much bigger than that. The goal every year is not to lose money. Okay.
Yeah, it's way
the
bigger
goal
than that.
every year is not to lose money. Yes, you want to be profitable. Yes, you want to grow. Yes, you want to take more market share. But at the end of the day, the number one goal is not to lose money, because that allows you to fight another day, right? So if at the end of the year, you come out even, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Take that as a win. Because most companies don't. I'm just telling you now, most companies do not. And so the goal number one is not lose money. Then the second piece is a growth. And whether it's 10%, 20%, 30%, it is based upon where you want to be, how you want to grow, right? But it is not as easy as I closed 12 this year, I want to close 20 next year. That's great. That's an agent mindset.
Right.
Business owner says, my expenses were X this year. I need to close X next year. My expenses are either going to stay the same or have I cut some of them out? And then I need 20%, 30%, 40% growth on top of that. What does that look like?
In transactions.
In transactions, right? Based on average number, average house per unit that you sell, right? At an average 3% commission. That's how you factor in, or that's how you discover what your goal for that year should be.
Correct.
Now you can put a stretch goal on top of that, right? I want to hit this certain number just because I want to hit this number. But as a business owner, you're looking at how much revenue do I need to bring in order to cover my expenses that I have, and then what on top of that do I want to net out as profit?
Correct.
And then stop acting like everything you close is yours. It is not. There's a $12,000 check. I laugh and I get it and I understand. I'm not judging anybody, but I laugh when people put on social media, I made $12,000 today. And then they put their check up there and they had that closing. You did not make $12,000. You did not make $12,000. You closed a $12,000 deal, but your company has expenses. There's money coming out of there. Uncle Sam gets his piece out of there, right?
So Marion had a question about how much do you suggest putting aside? I think I just saw that pop up.
So I've said this before, and here's my disclaimer. Obviously, talk to your CPA, talk to your attorney, figure out all of your personal financial obligations and issues minimally when you start out. If you do nothing else, if you did a 20-20-60, right? If you did a 20-20-60, sometimes I'll say a 20-30-50, right? And I'll say put 30% for Uncle Sam. Just go ahead and just put your 30% over there. Hopefully you got a good CPA. You won't have to pay that, but put it to the side, right? Take 20%, putting in some savings, right? And then work with that 50% as your expenses. Expenses includes payroll. Now, you may not be on payroll yet. That's why you talk to your CPA, talk to your attorney. Maybe you're taking disbursements. Maybe you're taking a little bit of each check, however that is. But you're going to be your 50% that's what's coming out towards your expenses, your payroll, or paying you, your marketing. If you have an assistant, all that stuff, that's the world you want to live in until you get some more specific structure in place. Right. So just keep it simple starting there. 20, 30, 50, or you want to do 20, 20, 20, 20, 60, whichever way. Right. You don't have to run out there and get you a separate bank account yet. Like, you don't have to do those things. It is good if you do those things, in my opinion, to keep it separate so it don't come into your personal account and you look at it and be like, ooh, I got this. Like, no, you don't have that. That's not yours. Right. But if you're not at that point, you're like, I don't want to do that. And you can be disciplined.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and put it all in one. But if you cannot separate it out, ultimately you're going to want to separate it out. And then that's how you should do it if you haven't talked to a professional. My advice, though, is talk to a professional. because a lot of times most people don't know what they do, right? So you want that advice, you want to get that understanding, and then you move forward.
Correct.
Yeah, but that is not all your money. Actually, absolutely, that is not all. You're welcome, Mary. That is not all your money. Stop acting like it is. That's how you get into the financial challenges that happen, and then you can't afford to pay X.
Correct.
Because you spent all of it. You can't afford to invest in your business to grow. And I'm not talking about buying leads, right? You may just be doing referral-based things. So you may spend money on sending out cards to your referral people, or you may send out pop buys, or little small, inexpensive things. Your best friend right now, when it comes to staying in front of your clients who you're trying to get referral business from, is Amazon. Amazon has a lot of inexpensive things that you can send to them, and you can put in multiple addresses and they will mail directly to that client base. Right now, that address list gets real long in your Amazon when you start dumping them in there, when you start growing, but you can do simple, inexpensive things that mean a lot to your clients who stay in front of them. Right. You should already have planned out pop buys for this year, right? What are at least the minimum 4 touch points are you going to have with your clients this year or 2023 that you're staying in front of them? So if you have a referral based business that you're building, if you're farming, if you're door knocking, anything face to face, you got to print something. Maybe you partner with a title company, so maybe they're taking half the cost. You got a portion of the cost that you're doing some things. There is expenses in real estate.
Very much so.
Right. So you have to budget out for those things. You have to be mindful of those things. And that's how you grow and expand. Did I miss anything on it?
No, that's good.
She liked that. Okay.
It's true.
It is very true. It is very true. So reflections. So a couple things I want you to think about and ask yourself this. And I want you to either write these questions down or notate them somewhere, and you come back and ask them later. Did you accomplish more or less than you wanted to this year? Did you accomplish more or less than you wanted to this year? Were you able to identify your weakness? Right. So those are the top 2. Did you accomplish more or less than you wanted to this year? If you didn't, be honest and identify where
your weaknesses,
where you fell short, where you fell short.
Okay.
Right. So how do they do that? Like, how do they identify if they didn't accomplish where they wanted to? How would you recommend they identify where they fell short?
Well, first of all, you have to have some goals in place.
Okay.
I mean, without goals, without purpose, without direction, it's very hard to know if you have accomplished them.
So let's assume they had a goal, but they didn't hit it.
Okay. To me, when we started 2022 versus how we ended 2022 is vastly different. The interest rates have really affected quite a bit. Buyers have dropped out of the market like flies. Sellers have canceled listings left and right. So the market conditions have changed.
Okay.
So you have to take into consideration some of the things that have happened that are outside of your goals as to did they affect them? And so I would say it affected me greatly. I would say it probably has affected the majority of the agents on this phone as well, on this call.
So let me ask you a question. So let's stay there for a minute. You say it affected you greatly. Like, what does that mean?
So I did not achieve, like when I reflect back on my numbers, I did not exceed my units that I sold last year, like was my goal. I did not exceed that. Now, because my price points were better this year, I did exceed a volume goal, but I did not exceed my unit.
Okay. Did you make any adjustment? So let's say, I mean, everybody knew these interest rates were about to go up, right? We knew these interest rates were about to go up. We knew it was going to get tighter. Do you recommend, or did you make an adjustment to what your overall goal was, or did you just forge ahead with what the goal was?
So I continued to forge ahead with my goal, but I did have to make adjustments because things kept happening and they continue to happen. And so now you kind of sell differently. So for example, anytime I'm hearing an opportunity such as new builds, like in these last 2 years, I have definitely focused on new builds and working relationships with the new build communities and understanding what kind of traction I can get with their lenders buying down the interest, having some crazy incentives going on. So sharing, really understanding that information, drilling it down to clients, what it looks like according to their price point, etc. So it takes a lot of research and a lot of resourcefulness, a little bit more than maybe I had to before, but it has been worth it. I mean, if you get a lot of these contracts now, you get a 3 and 4 and 5% commission for a realtor. So maybe I got one deal, but it's like I got 2, so you just have to be smarter and take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves as they come up.
How did you make the adjustment from, all right, so maybe I'll just throw some numbers out here. Maybe I was doing, 6, 7, 8, 9 contracts a month, and now I'm not doing that. How did you make that adjustment within your goals or your mindset? And then how did you then make that adjustment with your assistants? Like, how did you guys adjust to the new normal and be comfortable and mindful as a business owner? Because that's a big difference.
It's a big difference. Things change. And so, like, for example, one of my assistants, I don't have anymore. And she decided to go back into a corporate environment where a little bit, doing what she wanted to do, which I applaud. And it was a great opportunity for her. So with that was an adjustment. And with that adjustment, Jakaya came in, has been here, has stepped in, and has really continued to just power through whatever opportunities that we have, but you've got to uncover them. You have to spend time calling, helping, directing, researching, presenting ideas to clients that they maybe not have thought of.
Like what?
So for example, I have a lot of people that relocate, and they are focused on, I want a house that looks like this. Well, ma'am, a house that looks like this, number one, I can't guarantee it's going to be available in the year that you want to move, because a lot of people I want to retire here, I want to come here, I'm trying to prepare. You can't look at a pre-owned home for that. So the paradigm shift to say, hey, let's consider a new build that we can clock it out, and I can work with your agent there locally for when that house goes on the market. So you put a little bit more planning and understanding as to why I'm suggesting this. It would be why would you come down here and look at some pre-owned homes just to get a feel for the market, when we should really be focused on the new build communities that have an opportunity to have dropped their pricing $50,000. They're offering $20,000 in seller concessions. There's just so much more that you can do with a new build than you can do with a pre-owned. And then that light bulb goes out like, oh, I can afford, really? Well, I hadn't thought about that.
So what do you do in the scenario? So we'll stay here for a second. What do you do in a scenario where, say, someone has an out-of-town buyer and say they're in that, they're not going to be buying for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, but they want to come in town and they want to spend your whole Saturday looking at houses that are pre-owned, right? How do you coach an agent to deal with that client?
So I think it's a very honest and direct conversation about the market. And I always look at numbers. I always focus on what you want to pay a month. I don't talk about the price of the house. I really want to talk first about the vein of what's your range for your comfortable monthly mortgage. A lot of people from different states don't understand how our property taxes work. So the first thing I explain to them, that we do not have state income tax like you might have in California or Georgia, but we do have higher property taxes, and that translates into XYZ. After they get over the shock of that, because you got to talk through that, then we can really get into the nitty gritty on how much that equates to in price of house. And then I explain to them, if we were to buy something at today's pricing, i.e. a new build that we can lock in at $450,000 with the typical appreciation, even if it's 4 to 10%, if you waited until next year to try to secure that home, you're paying potentially $25,000 to $45,000 more, because the housing market's going to continue to appreciate. It may not be just be at a 20 to 25% rate that it has been over these past 3 years. It's going to come to some normalcy. So you explain those kind of characteristics of the market to them. And I say, if someone still wants to see some homes that are in that price range, honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. If they're not, you might want to, we've sent people to open houses, open door, and then met them at a new build community. You know, so you have to be kind of strategic, and you have to know the client. I'm not trying to be funny.
That's where I was getting, right?
Yeah,
so
you have to kind of know the client.
Because that was good information. That client says, well, I still want to go out and I want to see, you know, 12 houses while I'm here. I want to get a feel for the area, for the neighborhood. Do you now jump in the car and you're showing them all these houses? But it sounds like you're like, hey, if you can identify some open door opportunities, identify some new build communities, maybe even some open houses. You got to be careful with the open houses piece, right? Because agents be like, you represent it? So, you know, maybe have them doing some of the legwork. Is that what you're saying?
Because every client is different.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to make a blanket statement for everything.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand where that person is in the buy cycle, because yes, I do believe you need to meet with them. You need to go over the BAC with them. You need to go over the IABS. You do need to do that. But if they are insistent on, I just want to get a feel for the market, then you can set up an itinerary for them based upon open houses or based upon open door homes that they can go into. And that can give them a sense and feel of what the market is like without you driving around. But you've set up the itinerary, you've met with them, etc. And then you can say, hey, you guys go to these 6 houses and then meet me at the new build community at 3 p.m. And then let's go, you've looked at some here, now let's go look at the new build community. You do that with them.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
do you need that buyer's rep agreement up front before you send it around? How do you handle it?
I handle it like this. When my initial conversation with the client, I like for them to understand how real estate works in Texas. Okay. And part of how real estate works in Texas is what we call a BAC, a buyer's agreement contract. And that just confirms that we are representing their interests exclusively. We're holding all of their information in the highest of confidence, and it allows the seller or the new build community to pay our commission, and they owe us nothing. Okay. So I explain that just like that to them. So, and I send it to them for them to preview and to ask any questions they may have. But before we dedicate any of the resources that are required to show them and to spend time with them, it's necessary that they understand how it works in Texas. Okay. And it works like this. You need to sign this.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. So that was some good stuff.
I hope so.
The next thing that you want to ask yourself is, as you were reflecting on this year, throughout the year, and the challenge that come with it is, did you stay motivated? Did you stay motivated? I have found that is one of the most challenging things for salespeople, period, and business owners.
Correct.
Is to get up every day and be motivated. There's some days that you don't have, you on it. You just feeling great. It was a great night of sleep. You ready. And there's other days where you are dragging yourself into your office, wherever your office is, and dragging yourself to do the things you're supposed to do. So the question you want to ask yourself next is, did you stay motivated? So that's the question to you. Did you stay motivated? And then we're going to piggyback off of that is, how do you stay motivated?
Did I stay motivated? So yes. Because I stay motivated because I keep in front of me the whys. Okay. The whys. For me, this is a big deal for us to be able to do what we're doing. And I take it very seriously. And I think of all the people it would affect if I didn't do what I need to do. So I have a very succinct why I get up every day to do what I do. And it goes beyond just my family. It extends to a lot of people now. And so for me, I don't have I choose to do what I need to do because I feel people are depending on me to do it. And that gives me great purpose. And when you have purpose, I think it helps you to stay motivated to do the things you need to do. If you don't have purpose, or you don't have a vision, if you don't have the why, if you don't have, the how come I'm doing something, I think it can cause you not to stay focused. But if you that's why vision boards are so important, or having declarations, or believing in something. To me, that helps me align my thoughts to what needs to happen so that I can continue to push forward. And I get so sad when I see people, faltering, because I'm like, did you have a purpose? Did you have a goal? Did you have something in front of you to strive for? And I think that sometimes when people fail, they have not taken the time to do that first.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this, and it probably will sound so repetitive, but it is true. And everybody that is having any level of success, and even if you're not having success, you can relate to this. This is hard.
It's a hustle, man.
Like,
it's tough.
the real estate and building a business. I don't care real estate. I don't care if you're running a limo company. I don't care if you're doing software, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is hard to build and maintain, and then maintain and then grow. Right? You're in a constant movement. You're in a constant flow of adjustment and challenges and unexpected things happening that you have to make decisions on, and that
sometimes quick decisions.
Yes. And you don't have all the answers. You usually have more questions than answers.
That's facts.
To the decisions you have to make. So you make the best decision in the moment that you can make.
That's facts.
And so there has to be that constant why in front of you, and what keeps you going and keeps you running through this gauntlet, right? Each and every day, to getting up and going. And no matter what happens, the challenges that happen, the physical challenges that happen, the mental, the challenges that happen, the family challenges that happen, life is happening to everybody on this Zoom.
Yep.
There is nobody on this Zoom
that's immune,
that is escaping life. Struggles, frustrations, wanting to quit, wanting to give up, physical issues, family issues, children issues. It is happening all at the same time while you're trying to build this business, or you're just trying to maintain the sanity to stay in this business, right?
Yeah.
Life is happening all around when you put your smile on and you put your clothes on. Hopefully you took a shower so you ain't stinky. So you got your perfume on, like you got the face on.
Yeah.
But life is hitting you all upside your head and you are just weathering through it. Don't think that you are the only one.
You're not.
It is everybody on this Zoom call, all 60 plus people, life is happening.
Facts.
Right? And your why becomes very important, because that is the only thing that keeps you in this fight and keeps you moving forward and signing up for it again, day after day after day, because the reality is it is a mission that you have signed up for, that you're willing to go through the challenges to get to the end goal.
That's true.
Right? And then guess what? Start all over again January 1. Right? All these years, all these numbers for this year,
so what?
Is going to be a so what. It does no longer matter. And now you begin this race again January 1. And you start pushing again.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
It is a lot to stay motivated, but it is important that you stay motivated, because like you just said, it is bigger than you. I promise you it's bigger than you. You may have started it for you, but if you build it right and you stay in it, it will supersede you.
That's true. And
expand out to many, many others. All right. So here's a question for you now to ask yourself. What are you most proud of? What are you most proud of in 2022? And of course, we're going to ask Tanika, what are you most proud of? Yeah, I know, right? That's a good one. Libby's smiling because she put these questions together.
You go, Libby.
That's a good one. What are you most proud of in 2022? And you've had a lot of things happening in 2022. I know. You've been recognized, best of D.
That was exciting.
That was exciting.
That
one.
was exciting.
Right. You've spoken at conferences and panels. You've been on panels.
Mm-hmm.
Your brokerage hit 300 agents. Actually, when did we hit 200? Did we hit 200 and 300?
I think so, yeah.
We hit 200 and 300 this year.
This year.
Right. So you've had those accomplishments. The mother, the kids, like you got so many ways you're gonna go. TDR Cares. What are you most proud of?
That's a great question. I don't get stumped that often. It's hard to just, like when your kids say, "Mommy, what's your favorite food?" Like it all. It's a lot of things that it all comes together. I'm being honest. But one thing I will say that I am proud of is that I am truly walking out the vision that God set before me to do, unafraid, fearless, and ready to take whatever else he's telling me to do. I'm most proud that I'm obedient, to be honest with you. I'm most proud that I'm obedient because obedience has sacrifice in it. And the sacrifice is worth it when I see the manifestation of the things that you just said. So I hope that answers your question.
Because she like, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
I had to pull that one deep. She had to go deep for that one.
But honestly, that's the truth.
I wrote down, if I were to answer that question for you, I wrote down the word consistency. Right. I wrote down the word consistency. Because it doesn't have to just be, so as you guys are answering this question for yourself, it doesn't have to be a specific accomplishment.
Sure.
Right. You can be proud of yourself for just staying in this
fight,
right?
Yes.
You can be proud that you finished the year.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a specific accolade. Right. I wrote down the word consistency because you have been consistent. You've been consistent no matter if you had nothing but leases.
Yeah.
Or you did 1 million plus, right? You treated people the same. You've been kind and thoughtful. You've been a coach and a mentor. You've always been willing to help. You always make time. You have not changed.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
With success and accolades and blah, 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 blah.
Thanks, babe.
Right. So I said consistency would be the word that I would give you if you're like, what are you most proud of? Very consistent, even down to not cooking as much anymore.
Because consistent. I'm so busy doing other
stuff. Very
stuff.
Consistent, extremely consistent. You can throw down in that kitchen. I don't understand. Okay, I'm back to that. Anyway, all right. The last question. And then if you guys have something you want to chime, I know you've been talking to the chat. So you can continue to put maybe a question in the chat, maybe something you are most proud of in the chat. We like to hear from you guys on what are you most proud of. The last question is, what did you learn about yourself this year?
This year.
What did you learn about yourself this year? The last question of the Monday Morning Mindset for 2022.
What did I learn about myself this year?
What did you learn about yourself this year? We got some good questions right here. Libby is busting up. She like, ooh.
What did I learn about myself? That I didn't already know.
Yeah. All right. So maybe you knew it. What was reaffirmed? Like, what did you learn, or what was reaffirmed about what you already knew about you?
I would say, what did I learn about myself this year that has been confirmed? I'm not gonna give up. I won't stop. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's like there's too much ahead. I haven't even accomplished not even half the stuff that I want to. So I'm on a mission, and that that dreams do come true. That when you work hard, that just be patient. It may not come exactly the way that you anticipated it to come, but if you are consistent, if you're diligent, it'll be even better than you anticipated. And I've also learned, what was the question again?
What have you learned about yourself this year?
I am so okay with everybody's not going to go with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be excited for your success. Everyone's not going to come with you. Everyone's not going to have something positive to say about you, but you can't let that affect you. Know who you are. Know who you are. I mean, I'm serious now.
That is so true. That is so true. Where what I wrote down for you was, and I think it ties into what you said when you're like, you're not even done.
I'm not even started. Yeah.
Your capacity hasn't even been tapped into.
You're right.
Your capacity
he knows me.
hadn't even tapped into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm her coach. I'm supposed to know, but she don't give me a lot of credit all the time.
He is
But
a good
your
coach
capacity hasn't even been tapped into, right? People say they don't know how we do it. Like, I don't know how you guys have time to do this and do that and do that, do this and blah, blah, blah. One, we work as a team.
Correct.
Right. We work as a team.
Yeah.
And then we have a great team
that supports
us, that allows us.
Thank you guys. I love
to do the things that we need to do. Right. But it ties back into what you were saying. Our vision is very clear on where we're trying to build and grow, and the doors we want to open for everybody on here and everybody that's not on here, and the people that are with us and the people that are to come to us.
Correct.
And the people who are left will be back. Right. The desire to build this huge opportunity, this huge platform that everybody can stand on, that wants to stand on there.
And everybody wins.
Right? We don't want a platform of one or two. We don't want a platform where Tanika and I are raised up in the air and thought of as something high. We want a platform where everybody is standing on this platform.
We are all together.
We are together on this platform. So if you've closed one, if you've closed zero, if you closed 100, you're not looked down on or looked past or forgotten as if your effort didn't matter. Right? We all stand on this platform. So every door we push down, every opportunity we open, every challenge we take on, we fight for you to get a seat, to get an opportunity, to stand on the platform. Right? Facts. And because we understand, because we're in this battle with you, the struggle, the frustration, the fear, the doubt, the questions, should I continue? Should I not continue? Can I stay? Do I have any more fight left in me? All of these things that you are dealing with right now, we stand for you and we fight for you. And we take the arrows and we take the hits and we take the complaints and we fight on your behalf to trek. And we do all these things that you don't even know about so that we can all stand on this platform.
Yeah.
100%. Right. And that's why we love and appreciate you all, because when we see you getting up on Monday Morning Mindset, when we see your deal closing, when we see you having success on your social media, when we see you being able to do things with your family, things that you weren't able to do before because you were giving out percentages of your money and every little small bit helps, we get encouraged.
It's all worth it.
It's all worth it. It is 100% all worth it. It is 100% all worth it. And the question that people usually ask when some of you probably ask too when you join is, how do they make money? How in the world do they make money? We make money, but money is not our motivator.
Mhm.
You guys are our motivator.
Mhm.
And that's what people are missing.
Mhm.
Money is not our motivator. We make money. We made money. You're our motivator. The faces that jump on, the people that join in,
The stories that
the
we
stories
get to hear,
we hear,
yeah.
that's the motivator
Mhm.
that keeps us pushing and
Getting up every day.
fighting
Yeah.
and building this platform so that when we stand up on it, you don't just see Tanika and Kenny, you see everybody that wants to stand on that platform.
Mhm.
That's it right there.
That's why.
That's it right there. That's why we didn't cancel Monday Morning Mindset this morning. You know I wanted to. We didn't do it.
When is the church open? Are you gonna be a deacon, Leon?
The church is over. Y'all jokers need to tie the TDR kids first before we open up a church. We need TDR kids tied to come in before we open up a church.
Now you just said you're not here for the money. You just said you're not here for the money.
You said when the church opening? The
Yeah,
church
I
bill
did,
still
but
gotta pay. Dion, the light still gotta come on, baby. All right. This is the wrap up. Last one. We're at 10:30, so we're gonna wrap it down. She come and say, really, listen, we just family. We just got to do it. I can't help it.
Hey, I want you guys to take these next 2 weeks as we close out the year. If you haven't had a chance already, write down, you should write down some of the true blessings that have happened in your life this year,
Mhm.
and reflect back on what God, the grace and the mercy that God has extended, and be grateful for that. And on that page, do that on one page. And on the next page, start planning for 2023.
There you go.
Get you some vision, get you some goals, take the time to do it. I highly encourage you guys to download that spreadsheet and put a goal on there. This is what I really want you to do. Anybody that's mentoring with me, mentor, I'm more of a mentor with me. I've asked them to go back and take a look and put in this year. Use that spreadsheet as a guide. What did you do this year?
Mhm.
Because that's what you can use to start planning for 2023. So download that, input what you did for 2022. January, I closed one deal. February, Q1, I closed 4. Q2, I closed 2, whatever that is. And that's what you set your planning up and the trends for 2023. And that'll give you some vision on where you can get focused or what to anticipate or something to strive for in 2023. So take, next Monday, while we're supposed to be doing Monday Morning Mindset, use this hour or so to do that. But it's worth it. What you put focus on what you measure and put focus on, you get results. If you don't have a purpose or a vision, you perish. So let's get to it.
I was gonna say before we hop off, there's a couple of things. Number one, like Tanika just kind of alluded to, there's going to be no Monday Morning Mindset next week due to Christmas. Also, the office will be closed starting Friday, the 23rd, and it won't reopen until Tuesday, the 27th. And I'll put a post in there as well, but just a heads up for you guys. And also, if you need a little motivation and a little bit of help with your vision and your vision planning, we're doing a vision board, mimosas and brunch at the office on January the 11th. So I put the flyer in the chat, but we're also going to be posting that everywhere on Workplace as well. So just a couple of things to kind of remind you guys of.
Excellent.
Love it. I forgot to mention, please put on your calendars, just a reminder again, February 10th. That is our summit and then the awards banquet. More information coming out this week on that, and then how to RSVP. And if you want to get a charge to the card that's on file, we'll be able to do that. So that's coming out. But I forgot to mention, we're kicking off our boot camp in January. Cassie told me to remember to say this. January the 12th and the 13th. This is an in-person boot camp, right? It's open to everybody right now, but we're only taking 30 because we only got so much room in here. So we're taking 30, but we're going to do it every month. January the 12th and 13th is the first one. and it's from 9 to 4. We are providing lunch. It is in person, 9 to 4. We're providing lunch. I know, I hear you, Houston people already. We're working out something for you. I already hear you, right? January 12th and 13th, first boot camp. It is 2-day event. It is in-house, in-person training. We're going to be training on, I better not even talk about it yet because they've added so much content to this boot camp, and we're going to do it every month. So you're going to get more information here coming out pretty soon. I saw them. We're already working on the flyers. You must pre-register. Cassie has that information out there. More info coming this week. Somebody had put in there and asked a question about, hey, what if I don't have any numbers? What numbers do I use? So why don't I do this, just because that's really broad? Why don't I just make a video talking about, if you're a new agent, how to set a plan for 2023 and put that on Workplace.
Please do that.
So why don't I do that? Why don't I do that this week? So that will help those brand new agents who don't have any numbers. How do they create a goal for 2023?
I like it.
Okay, so I'll do that this week. And I think I have come up with everything I was supposed to do. So in order to close out Monday Morning Mindset,
you know how to do it.
You know how we do it when we close out. The man himself, Mr. Script Practice, Mr. Summit Host, Mr. the Great, the Incredulous, the Wonderful, the Awesome, the voice of TD Realty, if I dare say, Mr. Dion Britton. Get us out of here, baby.
Hey, man, let's go. I want everybody to have a very happy New Year. A Merry Christmas and the whole 9 yards. I will see y'all at 11 a.m. Please have a great holiday. It's time to go, y'all. But before you do so, 11 a.m. right here. The link is in the chat. You know what? Let me put it in there again. One more again. Bam. It's right there. I dare you to go and check that link right now. Copy and paste it, and I will see y'all in about 20 minutes. Let's go. I love you. God loves you, and anything you can do about it. Y'all be blessed. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. Happy holidays. We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Stay safe. See y'all, Script Practice.
Right.